Hi everyone, how are you feeling today? I hope everyone is good and everyone is keeping yourself safe. Okay? So in today's class, we are gonna look at input and output file. So this input and output file is very important if you have a large data and you want to store it or you want to insert it as another set of file. Okay, so we're gonna look into that. So let's look at my next slide. Okay, so a data stored in variables, array objects are temporary and they are lost when the program terminates. Okay, a good programming rule is to separate. So this is very important. Okay, a good programming rule is a separate data file should be created to store all the data permanently. The data file is only called from a program when the data is needed. The file can be transported and can be opened later by another program. There are many ways to store and read data from another form of a file. The easiest way is to store them as a text file. Data in this text file normally does not have any protection and easily can be opened using a standard text editor such as Notepad or word processing program. Okay, so C++ provides the following classes to perform input and output of character. So if we use ifstream, so this is ifstream, the stream class to read from file. Okay, offstream, in another word, is stream class to write on file. So if this is to read, this is to write. And if we have both read and write, then you use fstream. Okay, so for instance, we have this decline output pointer, we have offstream IPF. You need to use this command. Open the file by referring to it as an output pointer, ofp.open. This is how we want to open a file. And we want to store the file, we use ofp, the left triangle array, and then close the file, ofp.close. Okay, this steps to store data into a text file. Okay, what's next? The offstream class can be used to write primitive data type values, array, string, and object to an output file. Okay, this is how you're writing data to an output file and then how to save it. Okay, let's look at this code here. Okay, this code 5a, demonstrate how to write data. The program creates an instance of offstream and write the file mark.out. So you need to use fstream. So what is the fstream here? Like I said, the fstream can both read and write the files to and from. Okay, so you need to use offstream OFP. Offstream OFP, then offstream OFP, like I said, where is it just now? Offstream OFP, do I have it here? Okay, so the offstream OFstream here, let me see. Okay, yeah, see, offstream, this is the one we're using. See, the OFP here means open. Okay, this will open the file, OFP open, mark out. Okay, this is a command you use, and then we can write something like data write to mark.out, and then it will open all this file. Okay, so in this way, this is how to write the data. So that means it will create automatically .text file. It will automatically create. So after debugging the project, an output file markout has been generated. It can be opened from the project folder by clicking right click on the resource folder, then an existing file, then click at .marks_out. Okay, so let me just show you in C++ how this actually works. Okay, so let's look at it. So open a new file, new project. So the project at Win32 console application, type code 5a, and then go to next, tick empty project, finish. Okay, once the new project created, you go to the source file here on your whatever your solution explorer is. Right click, add a new item. C++, type it code 5A. Okay, so what I want to do, what I want to show here is exactly what we have looked at. So we want to demonstrate. So the idea is to demonstrate how to write data. How to write data. Okay, so we want to use offstream to read the data. So we have include iOS stream, and then we have include fstream. Now I've told you fstream can do both read and write data. Okay, then we have using namespace std void main. Okay, there you go. These are the 4 things that you need, and then have a curly bracket and end with a curly bracket. So everything now here. Okay, what we do here, we need to have offstream OFP, and then OFP, we want to open and what do you want to call it? Let's call it as mark dot out. Okay, and then don't forget iOS. These are the command you need to write. Okay, and then C out data write to mark out to mark dot out. Okay, to mark this data to write this mark dot out here, ENDL. Okay, end of the line, and then we have OFP. Okay, what are the data that you want to write? Let's give a name of score for a few people here. We have Alex 98, and then we have Rainbow 97, and then we have any names that we want to put. Names are Miriam 95. Who else I want to be? I want to be one last OFP. Let's put Ahmad. Okay, Ahmad will be 98, similar to Alex. Okay, so now we have this data. So once it's written down, we need to close it. OFP dot close. Okay, remember we have OFP open, mark out, and then OFP close. Okay, cin dot get. I guess that's it. We have this and curly bracket here. Okay, now let's run this code. We can see what's happening here. It will create marks out. So say there, data write to mark out. Okay, so where is the mark out? Where is the mark out? So we should have it. We should you should go to the right click on the resource folder, this resource folder, right click, okay, and then what we do, add an existing item, edit existing item. Okay, now we're gonna find that thing. Okay, where is it? Code 5A. There you go. Mark out, edit. Okay, now It's still doing something here. Okay, let's click on markout. There you go. Okay, there you go. Simple as that. Now I can actually adjust this writing here. It's too close to one another, right? So I can close it. Okay, close it. Okay, what I do here, I just need to put some space in between my just after the names. Okay, just to make sure that there's enough space. Okay, now debug it. Debug. Okay, once this is out, close it. Now go back to the resource file. Maybe I can delete this one first. Remove. No, don't remove now. Okay, just go to, maybe just double click, see whether it make the changes. Yeah, it's already made the changes, so I don't have to do anything, just double click. Okay, so this is what you do here to demonstrate how to write data. So if you have a set of data that you want it produced as a text file, okay, so this is how you do it. Okay, now what next? Okay, so we have done this. Okay, so the next one is, okay, write the array data into a file. Okay, so this is what we want to do next. So we want to write a data into a file. Okay, so the file called .txt. Okay, let's show that. So I want to open new project. I'm gonna call it as code 5B. So next, empty project, finish. So go to my source file, add a new item, C++ file called code 5B. Add. Okay. Okay, so we want to write the array data into a file. Okay, so that's our goal today. So we want to write the array data into a .txt file. Okay, so we have include iostream, and then we have include fstream. Again, fstream is used to write or read data. That's why you need to use fstream. And then we have using namespace std. Okay, so we have void main. And then open curly bracket and close curly bracket. Okay, so what we have here. So to write the data, what you do here, you use offstream OFP. And then we're gonna have OFP dot open. Okay, what do you want to say? Name. This is how you want to name your file. So I'm gonna put it as student 2021 list. Okay, .txt. So I define the .txt here. Then iOS double colon out. Okay, so what this line do? This will give me the name of the file in a text form. Okay, now we look at my previous video to copy the file of a string. To copy the file of a string, you use strcpy. Okay, and then I can have name1. What's the name one? I want to put Alex. And then I can, what else you want to put information? Maybe age. Okay, these are all my arrays. 25. Okay, and then what do I have next? So I haven't defined the variable name here, so let's do that. So I'm gonna write it first and then decide what to do. So we need to define the variable name as name and age. Okay, name and age, name 1 and age. Okay, so let's do few copy of the name first. So we have name 2, Rainbow, and then age 2, 23. Okay, and then another one, strcpy, name 3. What did I do earlier on? Miriam. I have age 3, which is 24. And then another one is Ahmed, my name 4. So how old Ahmed can be? Ahmed 4 is 22. Okay, now we have all this name. I can do more, but I'm just going to show you 4 data. So let's define the data type for this one. So we have char, name. Okay, so my array, let's put it the dimension 10 and 15. Okay, and then I have integer, age is the integer. Do I have the dimension is, let's say, put 10, although I can put less than that. Okay, doesn't matter. Okay, so this is my variable. Now I want to create a for loop. Okay, for I equals to 1, I less than equal than 4, and then I plus plus. Okay, so now it's gonna open and create this text file. When iteration 1, it will create the first file. So this is a tab here to give a space, and then the age, I. Okay, so and then I close the file, cin.get. Okay, that's it. But don't forget I need to define my variable I here. This I is undefined, so I is the integer, so I. Okay, so let me just check what I've done. So I have my, oops, I should write this inside the curly bracket. There you go. Okay, so I have my these are my variables, my data type, and then this code part here is to write the array into a file. Okay, write an array into a file. So I'm using offstream OFP. Okay, I want to make sure my code can open the text file there. Okay, so of the open, it's going to open this list txt and create all this variable here. Okay, let's debug it and see how it works. Okay, nothing happened here because we didn't write the C out. But where is the text file here? Okay, so where is the text file here? So to check the text file, so we can go to the resource file, add existing item, and there you go, student 2021 list. Adding it, and now I have to open this file here. So just wait for a while. Okay, open the file. There you go. We have all the lists, but the difference between the previous code and this one, now this one is in .txt. Okay, this one is in .txt. Okay, so this is what this code does, to write the data in a .txt file. Okay, that's the one for today. Now, how do you read data from an input file? So if you have a data from an input file, the fstream class can be used to read the data from an input file. Okay, so let me just write it down. The offstream, this is to we want to open write. This is to write a file, and then you have your output file based on this. Now if you have fstream, and this is to read the data from an input file. Okay, so we're going to look at a code 5C that can demonstrate how to read the data. Okay, so what we do, we need to use ifstream IFP. Okay, earlier on you use offstream OFP to open the file. Okay, open the file by referring it to an input pointer. So we use this one, ifp.open. Read the data through the operator. So ifp, to read, you have this array, and close the file. Okay, so these are the three commands we're going to look at in this 5C. Okay, in this 5C. Okay, so what we want to do here, so I'm gonna close and open a new code file, new project, console application. So we're gonna call it 5C. Next, empty project. You go to the source file, add a new item, C++ file, code 5C. Okay, so what we want to do here, this is to, we want to read data from an input file. Okay, so we're going to read data. So to use this, I need to have include IOStream. So I need to have include fstream. And then what else do I need? So if I'm using, I need to include a string of name. So if I'm using include string of name, I need to have include string or C string if you're using the old C version. Okay, using namespace std void main. Okay, I have my curly bracket open and close. Okay, now from here, so I'm gonna have a string of student name. Okay, and then my integer is score. Okay, so I need to use fstream instead of offstream. Okay, fstream ifp, and then ifp.open. So what we want to say, it called marks.in iOS in. Okay, and then I will have cout that says data read from marks.in. So ENDL. Okay, something is missing here. Yeah, I don't have the quotation mark. Okay, let's create a for loop here for my integer. Okay, integer. I think I've already defined my integer. I equals to 1. I less than equal than how many names? Maybe 5 names. Okay, and then I plus plus. So I need to define my I here as a I comma, okay, score. Okay, and then what we have here, we have this inside here, IFP student name. Okay, make sure you have the same spelling. Student name, this one and this one, they're the same spelling. And then cout student name /t IFP score cout score ENDL. There's too many lines here, so what's missing here? Let me see. Oh, look at this. This is not correct. It should be cout. Okay, so I have cout student name, and then IFP score, cout score. So this thing will come out, and then it will display the score, and then close bracket IFP dot close. Okay, you need to have dot close at the end of every file that you're using. Get. Okay, so let me look at what's happening here. So I've defined the variable string that I'm gonna enter the string name, okay, and then the IP score, the fstream, and then it's gonna open it. Okay, so when I debug this code, what's gonna happen here? You're gonna come up with something like this. It's fine because we don't have the input file. Okay, see, this C++, this whole idea is to read data from an input file. So we need to create the input file. Okay, so to create the input file, go to File, New, File, go to Text File, open a text file. Okay, so there we have this text file. So put the names Aisha 90, CD 89, Alex 86, Ahmad 88, Rachel 93. Okay, so make sure you have 5 names. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why 5? Because our I start from 1 to 5. I start from 1 to 5. Now you have to name this as marks.in. So go to here, File, Save Files As. So I have my name here, marks.in. So I'm going to just rewrite it as marks.in. Save. Yes, I'm going to replace it. In your case, just make sure it's the same name. Okay, that's it. Now try to run the code. Okay, if I look at here, it says marks.in.txt. Okay, so there's going to be an error here, but we can fix it easily. Okay, so this is the error because the name of the file is not the same. So I'm going to .txt here. So that this name matches with the one here, .txt. Okay, now debug it. I hope it worked. Oh, there you go. This is how you read from the data. Okay, you have an input file. The name can creates all this file and read it using your C++. Okay, this is how you wanna read from marks.in. So you need to make sure the name is exactly the same. So instead of doing this, I can actually rename this so that it don't have .txt. Okay, I can rename it so that it don't have txt. Okay, the next one what we want to show here. So we have already shown you how to have an input file, upload it in C. Now let's look at what next. Okay, the next one is we can also have an input file similar like what we have done earlier on, but as an array now. Okay, so you can also I think you can just work it out on your own. Okay, so make sure the name of the file, they are the same thing, and then it's showing as an array here, and then it will help you to read the code. So what I want to show next is reading data from a matrix. It's a very common procedure in numerical application. Due to this, it is important to understand the strategy for doing so, as a slight mistake may cause an error on the result. Code 5e shows the process of reading a data or matrix from a file. Okay, so we want to show how to read a matrix. So okay, so it said that we need to create the input file called data.txt by right click on the resource file, then add new item, choose C++ file as the file type and name the file as data.txt. Okay, so this is what we want to do, and then we're gonna read it. Okay, to read it you need to have IFP. Okay, IFP, this is how you're gonna read the matrix. Okay, from I1 ij, so I1 I2 and so on. Okay, we need to use nested loop. Remember matrix multiplication that we did in a previous C++ code? If you have a matrix involving a data in a matrix, you need to have a matrix. Okay, so this is the code we want to do. So it wanna read this data. Okay, let's do that. That's the last code I want to show using input and output file. Okay, so go to your C++, create a new file, new project, 32 console and code 5e. Make sure your 5d, you work it out on your own. Okay, work it out on your own. I hope the same process that I done earlier on. Okay, go to source file, add a new item. This is a C++. The C++, name it as code 5e. Okay, the idea, the goal from this code is to read a data. See, I said read a data involving matrix and vector. Okay, involving matrix and vector. So what you need to do here, because I'm using, I say read data, not write data. So read data, I need to have IFP. Okay, and I need to have an input file. To create the input file, okay, go to the resource file, add new item, choose C++ the file, and here, so I said in my slide here, okay, so I need to save it as data.txt. Okay, and this is a matrix here. So what is it? The matrix is, my matrix A is a 2 by 2 matrix, 1 2 3 4, and matrix B and vector B is 9 10. Okay, so let me just write it down in case you are not aware what I am doing here. Okay, so I have a 2 by 2 matrix A, which is 1 2 3 4, and a vector B, which is 9 10. But to write it as a text file, I need to write everything in one line. A together with B, A together with B. Okay, 1 2 9 and then 3 4 10. Okay, that's how it can read the data. So right here, called data.txt. Okay, choose C++ file.cpp and then data.txt. Okay, make sure it's in code 5e, add the file. Okay, so put the value as, what is the data again? I have 1 2 9 3 4 10. Okay, 1 space 2 space 9, enter, 3 space 4 space 10. Okay, this is how you write the data and then save it. Cool, leave it there. Now, how can I create the coding for that? So I have include iOS stream. I need to have include fstream because I am reading a data. And then I need to have using namespace std void main, open curly bracket, close curly bracket. Okay, so my integer is my A matrix, which is a vector. I'm going to put it n plus 1, and my B here is a vector, which is also size n plus 1. So what is n? So I just have to define my n here. Define my n is 2. Okay, now let's have the if stream ifp. Okay, and then ifp dot open, to open the file, it's gonna say data.txt. See the name? Data.txt. You have to make sure the names are exactly the same. Okay, and then IOF, it's not data.txt, and then in, and then let's say cout, just a type of command that say it's gonna come out. Data read from data.txt endl for int. Just put I equals to 1, I less than equal than, what's the size of the data just now? in. Okay, and then I plus plus. Okay, you need to define an integer I. I'm gonna put it up here. Okay, so we're gonna have a nested loop. First for the row, and then for the j. For j equals to 1, j less than equal than n, j plus plus. Okay, remember this is for the row, this is for the column. Okay, now what is j? Okay, what is j? So I need to have another variable called j, which is an integer. Okay, now we can have the data. So ifp a I j. Okay, and then cout a I j. Then make a /t, because we're gonna have b next to it, right? You're gonna have b next to it. So the same thing. Okay, the same thing goes for b. I'm just gonna copy this. So do I have a curly bracket somewhere here? It's missing. So for, and then I need to have another curly bracket here, and then this is for this one. Okay, and then I will have AIP. I'm just copy and paste my B. My B is a vector, so just I. Okay, cout BI. Okay, BI. Don't worry about the tab, just ENDL. Okay, and close the curly bracket for this whole thing. Okay, for this matrix here. And then you have ifp dot close cin dot get. Okay, this is my code should looks like. So let me just arrange it. So I would like to put a tab for what I'm doing here so that we know. Okay, we know what's going on. So this need I and j because it's a matrix here, and then b is just a vector. Okay, so it's from this loop. Okay, so I guess that's it, and then just save it and debug. I hope it works. There you go, works perfectly. As long as the name of the file are the same, it can read the data. Okay, can read the data. Now if let's say I want to have this matrix here, what do? I'm just going to show you. Let's say I have this matrix. Okay, so I have A equals to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and B is my 7, 8. Okay, so I need to have something called data.txt that read the file as 2, 3, 4, 7, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, obviously my variable has changed, so this is 3 by 2 now, not 2 by 2. 3 by 2 now, not 2 by 2. Okay, it's going to be a bit complicated if the size is a bit different, but try to work it on your own. Okay, so remember this n here. Okay, I need to change the n. Is it 2? If n is 2 or 3 here. If I have 3 here, then my I here will have less n value because the dimension is not the same. So it's going to be a bit difficult, but you can work it on. Okay, so that's all for today, how to read data from a matrix and data from a vector. So for the homework, I will post it in your coding to show what the homework is. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you. Bye.